Morning, everyone. Today I want to talk about being an artist. What exactly does that mean? I remember when I was in elementary school, I thought that being an artist meant I had to draw really well, or I had to paint really well, or I had to be able to use my hands to make sculptures, and that's all that being an artist was. But when I got a little older and when I got into high school, I started realizing that there were a lot of different careers that were actually all artists. So I want to talk about that today. One very close to my heart, of course, is the film industry. I found that out in high school that film was actually another way to channel my artistic creativities. There are so many different jobs in the film industry other than just being in front of the camera and acting like you see every day. There is an entire crew of people who put together all these wonderful things that you see on TV. There are people who film the actual things that you are seeing. People who create the sets behind them. That's all the different items in the background that you're seeing. If you've ever seen a TV show that, for instance, was filmed in the White House, guess what? They're not actually in the White House. That's a set that they created. It's in this big warehouse in the middle of Los Angeles. They've made every single detail exactly the same and transported it, basically. They've made all of that by hand. There are people like me and what I used to do that put all of these pieces together that they have filmed in a creative and artistic way. There are also people who design all of the costumes and what they wear. That's part of the art of film. And so many other different things, like people who create the music. Another one that we could talk about is fashion. Fashion is a wonderful artistic career to go into. Oftentimes it can deal with fabrics, what we're wearing, right? Shirts and pants and dresses and shoes with jewelry. There are people who design jewelry. That's an artistic career, and sometimes it's even a class that you can take in high school. I would check that out if you get the opportunity. We have animation. Animation we've already talked about. It's our cartoons. There are people who draw all of those wonderful things in there, and then they put them for you to view on TV. Architects are another type of career. How to design buildings. All those buildings out there that you've seen, even houses or apartment buildings, skyscrapers, they've all been designed by someone called an architect. Something that people who are really good at math can go into, and who have an artistic brain. Even if you want to cook, if you want to bake. Have you guys seen those amazing shows on Food Network where they have pastry designers that make beautiful, incredible pieces of cake? Amazing! Dance is art. A beautiful way to express yourself, and it is revered around the world as a wonderful profession that so many people love to go and see. Theater, for instance, goes in hand with dance. So do musicians and singers. All of those together are art. People who write those songs to create beautiful pieces. People who write the music, whether it's on the piano or the violin or all the other wonderful instruments we can have at our disposal. All of those creating together is art. People who write for a living. All of our books that we can read or articles on the internet, those are forms of art. Someone has to come up with how to word that in their head and write it down so that you're interested. And, as we've talked about, illustrators, the people who create pictures for books, that's also an artistic career. Guys, there are just so many different avenues that you can go about. It doesn't just have to be painting or drawing or sculpting with your hands. And that's what I wanted to leave you with today, is that being an artist is so many things. And I hope that if you love art, you can find the career in your years of schooling that you go down that fits you perfectly. Have a great day, guys.